terms of dollars, $3 billion, $533 million.
There's an old playbook for new American presidents, especially when it comes to their first big foreign trip. You shake hands in London, maybe share a polite chuckle with Canada, or pay a visit to Mexico City. Most American presidents have followed this, but not Donald Trump. He first became president in the year 2017 and tossed this playbook out the window. Trump's first foreign trip as president was to Saudi Arabia. And now he's in the White House again for a second term. Guess where he's heading first? Back to Saudi Arabia. Reports suggest that Trump will visit the kingdom in the month of May. That will be his first foreign trip as US president. Which brings us to the question, why Saudi Arabia? Why does Trump keep going there first? And what does he hope to achieve? Let's start with the last one. What does he hope to achieve? If there's one thing that Trump loves, it's a big, flashy deal. That's what he got in 2017. He landed in Saudi Arabia, he got a grand reception, and he secured a $450 billion investment.
In this day, I just want to thank everybody, but tremendous investments into the United States, and our military community is very happy, and we want to thank you and Saudi Arabia. But hundreds of billions of dollars of investments into the United States, and jobs, jobs, jobs.
This time he's outdoing himself. Riyadh has pledged to invest $600 billion in the US, $600 billion, but Trump is not happy. He wants $1 trillion. 1 trillion, that's one with 12 zeros, and that's what Trump hopes to achieve on this trip. Of course, when and how this money flows is an entirely different story. But this is not just about the money. It's the way Trump does business. He doesn't like slow, bureaucratic diplomacy. He likes big numbers, catchy headlines, and immediate results. In 2018, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was in the White House, and Donald Trump came with a chart. It showed the American weapons sales to Saudi Arabia.
To Saudi Arabia very soon, and that's for their protection. But if you look in terms of dollars, $3 billion, $533 million, $525 million. That's peanuts for you.
This is Trump's style, and you could say it aligns with the Saudi royal family. They don't bother with stiff formality or cautious maneuvering. They go over the top, and that's what they did with Donald Trump. Riyadh rolled out the red carpet for him. They made him feel like a king with their gold-plated receptions, their lavish banquets, and their sword dances. So Trump got his multi-billion-dollar deals, and Saudi Arabia got political support. That's how they played it the last time. And they seem to be gearing up for round 2. Now, to be fair, Trump is not the first US president to cozy up to the Saudis. Washington has been cutting deals with Riyadh since the 1940s. Roosevelt struck a pact. Oil for security. Saudi oil for American security. That was the deal. The deal that shaped West Asian politics for decades. Presidents Carter, Reagan, Bush, Obama, they all played this game. But things hit a rough patch with Joe Biden. He started on a bad note with the Saudi royals, and he could never really mend the ties. Now Biden is out, Donald Trump is back in office. He wants to take it to the next level. Unlike his predecessors, Trump's Saudi connection is not just political. It is very personal. The Saudis bailed out Trump's son-in-law. His name is Jared Kushner. He was a big shot in Trump's first term. He has kept a low profile this time. The Saudis gave Jared Kushner a lifeline of $2 billion. Plus, they have strong business ties, the Trump Organization and the Saudis. In 2024, they announced their second tower in Riyadh. And then there's Trump's favorite sport, golf. Donald Trump has strong ties with Live Golf. That's the golf tour backed by the Saudi Sovereign Fund. Trump has praised it multiple times. In 2023, Live Golf announced a merger with the US-based PGA Tour. The deal is yet to be closed, but Trump is doing his best to secure it. So as you can see, Trump's ties are more than political. They're very much financial and personal. Take the Jamal Khashoggi episode. He was a Saudi dissident. He was killed in the Saudi embassy in Turkey, reportedly on the orders of the Saudi crown prince. When the case came to light, every Western nation isolated the Saudi kingdom, but not Donald Trump.
We are going to leave nothing uncovered. With that being said, the king firmly denied any knowledge of it. He didn't really know. Maybe, I don't want to get into his mind, but it sounded to me like maybe these could have been rogue killers. Who knows?
There's also the war in Ukraine. Trump wants to end it. And helping him in this pursuit is Saudi Arabia. They're playing the role of mediator. All big meetings between the Americans, the Russians, and the Ukrainians are being held in Riyadh. And this says a lot about the relationship. Trump loves the Saudi kingdom. But what's the agenda for this visit? He's looking at the next big prize, not just the money. He also wants a normalization deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel. These two countries do not recognize each other. They have no official diplomatic ties. If Trump can change that, he would change West Asia forever. And it's a deal that he has long pursued. In his last term, he got 4 Arab states to recognize Israel: the UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. Adding Saudi Arabia appeared to be just a matter of time, but that was during the last term. Right now, the picture is very different. West Asia is a mess. The war in Gaza is raging. The Saudis want a clear path to Palestinian statehood. They cannot be seen as abandoning Gaza after all that has happened in the last year. So normalization with Israel right now would be very tough. Of course, Saudi Arabia would also want something in return, and that's literally the trillion-dollar question. What does Riyadh want? Maybe more military support, maybe advanced weapons, maybe even nuclear technology. We shall find out soon enough.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.